You saw the nervous energy all over the face of Ricky Hatton's fiancée, Jennifer. She, like a lot of people, wasn't exactly supportive in the beginning when he announced that he wanted to make this comeback. And the question as we get set for round one, will Hatton be able to exorcise the demons he's been plagued with since tasting Manny Pacquiao's power? Or will Vyacheslav Senchenko ensure that the Hitman's comeback is an exercise in futility? We're about to find out.
And both men have already thrown some home run punches in the first 15 seconds. Nice jab by Senchenko. So there's no feeling out process, and Hatton is attacking as we're used to seeing.
This is the 276th round of Hatton's pro career, the 208th round of Senchenko's professional career.
This is not a massive ring. And of course, Hatton doesn't want a massive ring. He doesn't want Senchenko to be able to move.
Hatton lands a right and follows it up with a left hook to the head of Senchenko. Senchenko with a 5-inch reach advantage, wanting to exploit that by establishing the jab again, gets touched with that left hook.
So far, we've not seen Hatton jab his way in, which he promised he was going to do. He's attacking instead with those left hooks.
Well, you know what they say, Al, there's only one Ricky Hatton, and he likes to come straight forward.
Yeah, but he wants to come forward and, as you know, he said, try and jab his way in and move his head a little bit. Good jab by Senchenko. That's an important weapon, and he's landing that punch.
Hatton smothering Senchenko momentarily on the ropes. Again goes upstairs with a right hand. To say that it's a convivial atmosphere here at the Manchester Arena is a huge understatement. A raucous crowd welcoming Ricky Hatton back to the boxing ring. Senchenko and Hatton exchanging jabs with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in the opening round.
You would expect Hatton to have some ring rust these early rounds. And he is getting hit a little bit as he comes in. Good counterpunching, but Hatton also keeping the pressure on Senchenko, which he wants to. And now the Hatton jab finally emerging.
Final minute of the first frame. Senchenko using lateral movement. Hatton again. Suffocating Senchenko, left hook to the body. Senchenko misses with a wild left hook. Counter right by Hatton. 30 seconds left in the opening round.
A pretty close first round. Both men have gotten some things accomplished. Ricky Hatton, he throws that left hook like he has bad intentions.
Looking for the home run, and now it's Senchenko on the ropes. And of course, if Ricky Hatton comes within any distance of landing a punch, you're going to hear it from the crowd here in Manchester. Of course, 3 judges chosen by the British Boxing Control Board scoring the fight as we end the opening round.
We will look at our keys to victory in this fight. He's a much better fighter when he uses the jab to get inside. Did a little of that. Head movement is essential. Senchenko can't pick him apart coming in if he moves his head. Senchenko's vulnerable to a body tag. That's Hatton's strong suit. Toward the end of that round, Ricky used the body puncher. For Senchenko, the height and reach advantage is one he needs to use and fight at long range. One jab at a time is not enough. He's got to use 2 or more to disrupt the rhythm of Hatton, and the long right hand could be a significant punch for Senchenko in this fight.
The bell in round 2, scheduled for 10 rounds or less in the welterweight division. Hatton's 3rd fight at 147 pounds. Al, he's 1-1.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting. Most people are probably shocked to hear that. They feel like he might have had more, but he was a junior welterweight most of his career, and as you pointed out, Senchenko has fought his whole career as a welterweight. Nice right by Hatton. We saw Senchenko get to the ropes be with his back there. He wants to stay in the center of the ring, if at all possible.
Both miss with punches that were delivered with bad intentions. Senchenko lands a left hook to the body. Hatton with the jab. There's a lead left hand, and then some grappling from Hitman Hatton.
You know, one of the good things, though, nice right by Senchenko. This is a good style matchup for the fans. Already, we've had a round and some of nice action, and we're going to continue to get that, I believe.
Second minute of the second stanza. Senchenko beginning to land the jab a little more effectively in this round.
There's the left hook downstairs. Toward the end of that last round, Ricky Hatton started to invest in the body work. That's important for him.
Good head movement there by Hatton, avoiding the punch. Uppercut by Hitman Hatton. And now Hatton backs Senchenko up into the corner. Senchenko motioning for him to bring it. And he lands a lead right hand.
Wow. That was as good a short right hand as he could probably throw. Ricky Hatton walked through it, but that was a beauty.
Senchenko goes downstairs with the left hook and then a 1-2 upstairs. Hatton comes forward with a lead left hook and another right uppercut finds its target, and there's a right hand.
There are a lot of punches landing on both sides early in this fight. More power probably from Hatton. And Hatton has used the jab much more in this round.
32 of Hatton's 45 wins have come by a knockout. Senchenko's 32 victories include 21 via KO as he goes downstairs to the body with the left hand. Hatton misses with the right as Senchenko ducks underneath, pivots away back to the center of the ring.
Well, Ricky Hatton is fighting pretty well for a guy that's been off for as long as he has. What he's not doing is what he said he was going to do, and that is jab his way in, move his head a lot. No, he's attacking like we've seen him attack. There's the jab, though. Occasionally he will toss that in, but he's being effective.
Working the body. Final seconds of the second round. Hitman Hatton, Vyacheslav Senchenko here in Manchester. Don't forget, coming up later tonight on Showtime, it's all access, a behind-the-scenes look of the championship bout coming up a week from tonight from Madison Square Garden when Miguel Cotto challenges Austin Trout. That's all coming your way Saturday, December 1st.
We are so looking forward to that. Miguel Cotto taking on a young champion who has yearned for a chance in the spotlight, and he gets it.
And the reaction that Hatton gets here in Manchester, well, Cotto's used to getting the same kind of treatment at MSG.
It will be rocking.
A look at the ocean of humanity, sold out in days for the return of Hitman Hatton.
Even before an opponent was named.
That's unbelievable.
As you pointed out, that's amazing.
Third round underway. Hatton immediately comes to the center of the ring, lands a left hook to the body, backing up Senchenko.
We all know Hatton's had weight issues. He lost 70 pounds over a 10-month period. So 70 pounds is a lot to lose, but he did it gradually.
Yeah, he lended artery-clogging credence to the moniker Ricky Fatten as a quick exchange there, and Hatton lands the jab through the guard.
And Senchenko missing with the jab and the straight right, but it's important he's throwing those punches.
And going to work on Senchenko, lands the overhand right.
The pressure of Ricky Hatton is relentless, and what he is doing in this fight very well is digging that left hook to the body, and he has one of the better ones in boxing.
Oh, and that left hook staggers Senchenko.
Senchenko, by the way, has never been down as either a pro or an amateur, and he had almost 300 amateur fights. But Hatton may have rocked him a little bit in this round. Of course, the fight with Malnaji was stopped. And although Paulie had him in some trouble, it was stopped based on cuts.
Three-punch combination beautifully executed by Hatton with 2 body shots and then the left hook upstairs.
Senchenko is not stopping the advance of Ricky Hatton. He's not been able to stop it with the jab. Here's a beautiful
left hook from Senchenko. And comes back with a right of his own. Lunges forward. Heading into the final minute of the 3rd round. Another digging left hook to the body by Hatton. And there's a straight left by Hatton. Backs up Senchenko.
The pressure of Hatton really started to get to Senchenko, I believe, even this early in the fight. We'll see how it plays itself out, but it's been very effective. Offensively, Ricky Hatton is doing extremely well. Defensively, still had some issues in this fight, but Senchenko's not been able to land big shots. That was a nice right by Senchenko.
And talking to Hatton's new trainer, Bob Shannon, he said that he wanted to work mainly on the defense as Hatton gets his head popped back by the right hand from Senchenko. But like you say, Al, I believe that Ricky Hitman Hatton knows one gear, and that's straight ahead. Final 5 seconds of the 3rd round. So far, so good for the return of Ricky Hatton.
Careless, mate. You got careless in that round. You got some fantastic shots. Then you went going in, not thinking, did you? Working off your jab.
In the last round, the pressure of Ricky Hatton was superb. And when Senchenko gets himself against the ropes, he's in some trouble. And perhaps that show of bravado maybe means he was hurt. Now, there's the right by Senchenko. And we talked about that in the keys. That right hand's a very important punch for him. At long range, Hatton still has the defensive issues, and that, again, the combination punching by Senchenko, impressive, but it was a round in which Hatton controlled.
We begin round 4 here at the Manchester Arena, sold out for the Hitman comeback. And it's interesting to note that Hatton actually started his combat sports career when he was 9 as a kickboxer. But his coach at the time advised him that his talent was in his hands, not his feet. He suggested he took up the sweet science, and that's what he did when he was 10 years of age. Jab from Senchenko, sorry, Al.
That's all right. Senchenko had an 8-week training camp for this fight, and as you mentioned, had good sparring. He feels like he's ready, but he's had some problems early with the pressure of Hatton.
Hatton with a 1-2 combination going downstairs with the left hook. Senchenko trying to turn away from the ropes back to the center of the ring where they come to close quarters. Senchenko, of course, wants to fight at a distance as he gets tagged with another left hook from Hatton, who is making him very uncomfortable at close quarters. And Senchenko doing some grappling of his own.
Senchenko is not fighting tall. He's fighting bending in, and that's giving Hatton some opportunities.
Familiar strains of There Is Only One, Ricky Hatton. Over 20,000 in attendance here. The final minute of the 4th round. Hatton misses with the lead left. And Senchenko stabs him with a straight right. Hatton goes downstairs with a left hook to the body. Quick exchange.
Senchenko is finding a place for that right counter, but it's not stopping Hatton's aggression.
Al, are you surprised at how Ricky Hatton looks thus far here in the final 20 seconds of the fourth round?
Yeah, as I said before, offensively, he looks great. There, look at him rip those
double left hook. Missing wildly with that left hand. Senchenko casually moves to the center of the ring. Right hand from Hatton. 10 seconds left in the round. We are through 4 rounds here in Manchester. Good start for the returning Hitman.
Of course, Ricky Hatton coming back to the sport. Here's some layoffs. Many fighters have returned to the sport after long layoffs. Two of the longest, Carlos Palomino, the ex-welter champ. He came back after 17 years, had a modicum of success. One of the best ever comebacks was George Foreman. After a 10-year layoff, he went on to win a world title. But the best comeback was Johnny Tapia, who after 3.5 years of terrible drug problems, living on the street, came back and was a better fighter than when he left the sport and won championships. Ray Mancini, who has a style very similar to Ricky Hatton, came back after that 4-year layoff, was less effective, did not win those 2 fights.
The start of a round 5 scheduled for 10 in the welterweight division. Overhand right by Hatton. Counter left from Senchenko, who's in the white and gold trunks. Hatton in his blue trunks. There's a double jab from Senchenko.
And you know, it's important to note, Ricky Hatton, just to finish the thought we had going before, offensively he is doing a very good job, but the way he's doing it has left him open to get counterpunched by Senchenko, and he has been, but Senchenko's power has not been enough to stop it.
Right hand by Hatton on the exit. Again, coming in close. Senchenko fighting his way out of that grapple.
And as we move on in this fight, you know, Hatton with that layoff, how will the later rounds treat him if we head into those rounds, which it looks like we're doing?
Minute gone in the 5th. Hatton has Senchenko on the ropes.
Ricky Hatton's not by nature a big right-handed puncher, but he has a pretty good one, and he landed it a moment ago.
There's a straight right from Senchenko. Hatton misses with the right, but lands a left hook. Senchenko pivots again away from the ropes. Takes up his position in the center of the ring. Not really being able to establish that jab, though, here in the 5th round, the midway point of the round, as we head into the second half of this stanza.
A moment ago, Senchenko landed a superb right hand. When he throws that counter right, he lands it. Hasn't been throwing it enough, and it hasn't had enough power to slow Hatton down. Hatton said he has a new view of the sport because he's training youngsters, and he felt that would help him in his skill level for this fight.
He's a promoter, he's a trainer, and here on Saturday, November the 24th, he was once again an active prize fighter. Lead left hand, again to the inside, continuing with the body with the right hand. Going back upstairs with the left hook is Hatton. Hatton tags Senchenko with the left. 30 seconds left in the round.
There's a nice jab by Senchenko. He's not doubling with the jab, as we said earlier.
He's not following up.
You can see why Senchenko's never been knocked down. He's a durable fighter. And he has not been cut yet, which is his new story. He's been cut in all of his last four fights.
We are through 5 here in Manchester. We talked about Senchenko perhaps wanting a crack at Amir Khan in the future. Well, Amir Khan returns against Carlos Molina here on Showtime Saturday, December 15th.
And that's a career fight for Amir Khan after 2 straight losses. And certainly if Amir Khan would get in the ring with Ricky Hatton ever, they'd sell out 3 stadiums. Ricky Hatton, as we mentioned, he doesn't rely on the right hand, but he can throw it. And that was a nice, short, compact punch. And that's good because it mixes in something to go along with the double left hooks that he's been landing. It gives Zinchenko something else to think about.
10 seconds to corners.
The bell and the 6th round underway here in Manchester. Hatton in the blue trunks, Zinchenko in the white and gold trunks.
Well, as I said, Amir Khan and Hatton would be a remarkable matchup here and have tremendous interest, and worldwide as well. Paulie Malignaggi, of course, is in the house. Feels like he would like to get Hatton the next time out if Hatton wins this fight, which, of course, still has a ways to go.
And Hatton has publicly said that should he lose tonight, that would be it for his boxing career. Oh, and he gets tagged with the right hand. Nice 1-2 combination by Zinchenko. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 6th round, how have you scored the fight thus far, Al?
I gave Zinchenko the 1st round, and I've given Ricky Hatton the next 4 after that. Zinchenko, when he throws that 1-2 combination, it's really effective. He doesn't throw it as much as he should.
And lands another left hand. There's a left from Zinchenko. Again, just pot-shotting. There's the jab, but does not follow up.
You know, Ricky Hatton, more and more as this fight goes on, is squaring himself up to Zinchenko. That's part of the reason why those right hands are landing. That was one of the things Ricky did not want to do. You see the jab right there. It's because he's squared up to him. Gives him a good target.
And walks into a right hand from Zinchenko. Moving forward, Zinchenko going downstairs with the left hook and then back up top with the left. And misses with the left hand as they once again embrace. A minute, 3 seconds left in the 6th.
This is a round in which Zinchenko has done better because he's counterpunched a little better, and Hatton has not been quite as accurate with his punches.
Hatton with the jab. Right hand from Zinchenko lands. 30 seconds left in the 6th round.
This has been Zinchenko's best round since the 1st.
Hatton doing some feinting, some head movement. While there wasn't a lot of pop behind those punches, they did land. 10 seconds left in the 6th round.
People talk about the 140-pound division, which is a great division, but what about this division? Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao, and Tim Bradley are on everyone's best top 10 pound-for-pound list. Of course, there's Malignaggi and Alexander, the champions. Kell Brook, another Brit, by the way. He and Ricky Hatton would sell out an arena. And, of course, Berto and Guerrero fighting later tonight. There's so many good people in this division, we couldn't even fit Victor Ortiz in there. It's a terrific division.
Look at the top welterweights.
Let him get the jabs off, won't you? Let him get the confidence.
We are seeing on display here tonight at the Manchester Arena.
Back and work off your jab and use your angles. Nice short shots, come on, go. Remember, stick to your right. He's looking for that backhand all the time, Rick. Never over to your right. Go on, Rick. Concentrate now. Come on, Rick.
The bell in round 7.
Bob Shannon, of course, the who we talked about earlier on this broadcast, the trainer of Ricky Hatton, it's a huge opportunity for him, and he's never really been on the world stage. He's had fighters in Britain that were excellent, but not on the world stage, and this is important for him tonight.
Said one of his biggest jobs in camp was to work on Hatton's defense, something that has never really been his strong suit, and not really a strong suit here tonight thus far.
No, I mean, you give Ricky Hatton excellent grades for his tenacity
and his
offense, but
yep.
not his defense yet. And there's a nice right hand by Senchenko.
Jab by Senchenko.
Big left hook, that hurt Ricky Hatton.
And there's another left hook to the body that has backed up Hatton.
Ricky Hatton, I think, felt Senchenko's power for the first time. There's a big bruise around the right eye of Hatton.
They once again meet in the center of the ring. Seems like there's a mouse beginning to develop under the left eye of Senchenko. Hatton coming forward.
Senchenko found
But
something.
He gets tagged again. Counter.
Yeah, he found something in that left hook, and let's see if he can get it going again.
There's Hatton digging away at Senchenko's body with the left hook. Gets again the straight right counter from Senchenko.
Very good round of boxing so far, and I'll tell you, both men have landed some very big punches. Senchenko more so.
And remember, it was the eye injury, the damaged eye, that led to Senchenko's first loss against Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, absolutely, and there is swelling there. Oh, there's that hook again by Senchenko.
Blood beginning to trickle down the cheekbone of Senchenko. 40 seconds left. In the 7th round, Hatton working the body. There's a right uppercut. Senchenko comes forward with a right uppercut of his own as they back up to the ropes. Referee calls for the break.
This could be a very important round in the scoring of this fight.
Oh, nice double left hand there by Hatton, the left hook, and then the left uppercut. Crowd again getting behind Hitman Hatton. Senchenko beginning to lean forward, leaving himself open to the uppercut.
Senchenko had Hatton look like in trouble early. Now it's Senchenko.
A look at his fiancée, Ricky Hatton's fiancée Jennifer. Recently engaged, the proud parents of a baby daughter, Millie. He also has a son, Campbell, from a previous relationship. And it was the birth of his daughter, Millie, that really led to Ricky Hatton learning to change his life and turning his life around. No more the binge eating or the drinking all night.
And he also wanted to do this partially for his daughter to make sure she saw him as a winner. Now, in the last round, Senchenko had some outstanding moments. That jab hitting Hatton as he's coming in. There were some great right hands also from Senchenko, and the jab we told you earlier was an important weapon. And early in the round, Senchenko really took control, but Ricky Hatton did come back toward the end of the round, so we'll see who the judges think won it.
Eighth round underway, scheduled for 10 in the welterweight division. Left hand to the body, a right hand upstairs by Hatton. It goes back to the body with the left. Senchenko beginning to lean forward. And again smothering him, working the body. Going upstairs with the right hand, just grazes off the side of the head. There's a left hook that lands.
Senchenko does not want to, by the way, this fight is being expertly refereed, I should point out. Senchenko doesn't want to get in a battle of left hooks with
nice combination by Hatton.
You see it there, but he's got to throw that left hook more.
Both are landing shots here in round 8. Another counter left by Senchenko, and Hatton, as he is prone to do, loves to come forward, loves to grapple, loves to work his way to the inside, and now being kept at bay with that straight right by Senchenko. Hatton again lunges forward, just tying him up. Oh, and gets caught with the right hand. There's a left hook and a left upstairs by Hatton. Now coming forward with a jab.
We said this was a good style matchup. It's a perfect style matchup.
Both are landing, both beginning to show the vestiges of this battle on their faces. Of course, Ricky Hatton has been cut many times throughout his career as well.
That swelling underneath the right eye of Hatton is a big target for that Senchenko left hook.
And the swelling under Senchenko's left eye is a target for Hatton. Hatton, straight right hand.
Hatton's hands very low, and Senchenko has had I think, a good round hitting him with those counter punches as he comes in.
Final minute of the 8th frame.
Will Senchenko wish that this was a 12-rounder? Hatton fading a little bit here. It's only a 10-rounder. Ironically, the first 10-rounder ever in Ricky Hatton's career. And, of course, he's coming in here off that layoff.
42 months. Goes to the body with the left hook. Right hand by Senchenko. Avoids the left hook of Hatton, and he scores with a left hook to the body. 20 seconds left here in the 8th round. Hatton lands with the right. Has Senchenko momentarily on the ropes. Senchenko using his footwork to get back to the center of the ring. Avoids the left hook by Hatton, and you're right. I'm wondering now, Al, if fatigue is beginning to play a factor for the returning Hatton, who gets caught with a 1-2 combination at the end of the round.
Right, Rick. Listen. Get in the zone now. You've got 2 rounds to go. You've got 2 rounds to go, haven't you? That's all you've got to do now, haven't you?
Ricky Hatton landing well on the inside there with a nice little uppercut, but by and large, Senchenko, I thought, had himself quite the round. That left hook, which is a surprise weapon from him, set up the right hand. And you see that sequence again. And I thought Senchenko had himself a superb 8th round. I think it's a close fight. In fact, I have it dead even.
And I guess with 2 rounds remaining as we head into the penultimate 9th, the question must be raised, can Senchenko win a decision here in Manchester? And again, Ricky Hatton didn't want a tune-up fight or an easy fight. He picked Senchenko for a reason. The once-beaten former champion. He wanted to test himself, wanted to see if he is still a world-class fighter.
And many in his own camp advised him to take a tune-up before it. And these last couple rounds have been a little difficult for Ricky Hatton. The interesting thing about it is, with the judges not from here, of course, not all of the judges, you would think they would be able to render an impartial verdict, but oftentimes the home crowd does have an influence on them. And also, Hatton's been aggressive in this fight. So how will that play into how they see this, even though Senchenko has countered well?
A minute gone into the 9th round, and they both land on the canvas.
You know, you mentioned grappling. Ricky Hatton's fights often have a lot of that clinching and grabbing on the inside. Not as much of it tonight. We've seen more clean action from him. And when I say clean, I don't mean as if they broke the rules, but clean in terms of specific punches landing.
Well, we saw a lot of grappling in his career-defining victory the last time he was here in this building, as we talked about when he defeated Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, he tied Tszyu up on the inside very effectively. Again, the left hook from Senchenko. He can get that punch home when he wants now. He's landing some big ones.
A little more aggression from Hatton, but it's Senchenko that gets through the defense with a straight right hand.
If you are Senchenko right now, you very much need to be offensive, because you can't count on a decision here in any case, and you better go after Ricky Hatton.
Straight left from Hatton. Right hand. Backs up Senchenko. Gets tagged with another left. Ricky goes to the body. Are you at all surprised that Hatton hasn't tried to go to the body a little bit more here in the second half of the fight?
That's a very good point. tomorrow. He did it early in the fight, but he has not done it in these later rounds, and it hasn't paid the dividends he wanted.
Under a minute remaining here in the 9th round, scheduled for 10 in the welterweight division.
Crowd's starting to rev up Ricky Hatton with their chance.
30 seconds left in this 9th round. Showtime in a co-production with United Kingdom broadcaster Primetime, bringing you the return of Ricky Hitman Hatton as he faces former WBA welterweight champion Vyacheslav Senchenko. Left hook and down goes Hatton. Senchenko landed the left hook to the body and Hatton is down. Hatton down for the 7th time in his career, and the comeback ends in defeat.
First loss for Ricky Hatton ever in the UK. That was a monstrous left hook.
Vyacheslav Senchenko picks up the win here in the 9th round. Ricky Hatton in all kinds of trouble on the canvas. That liver shot paralyzes you.
Senchenko doing what he said he would do, and that is derail and stop Ricky Hatton's plans. And he did it surprisingly with a left hook to the body. And we talked about Hatton coming back at age 34 after the long layoff, and it's kind of interesting and almost fitting that a body shot should be what does him in.
Hatton back up on his feet. I'm sure the emotions will envelop him, getting a very appreciative response from the partisan crowd here in Manchester. After 3.5 years, and there is his despondent fiancée, Jennifer. The comeback does not have a happy ending.
But listen to this crowd.
The crowd still loves him.
They are giving him respect for making a very game effort.
And so is Senchenko.
He tried very hard, and more importantly, as Ricky Hatton said, he feels he's got his life under control, and hopefully he can keep it that way despite this disappointment. And he goes out, if this is the last we see of Ricky Hatton, he went out on his shield and gave a very solid effort, and we look back at how it happened. Now, Senchenko found a home for the left hook to the head. Here he rips a beauty downstairs and got real leverage on that punch, which Senchenko doesn't always do on his left hook, and yet from another angle you'll see it. Oh, that was a brilliant body shot. And Ricky Hatton tried very hard to get up at 10, just could not do it. And we talked about the Ricky Hatton, of course, coming back from that layoff, and not to mention the fact that during that time, as he pointed out, there was some abuse on his body. How much of a role that played? And also with Ricky Hatton, the yo-yoing up and down in terms of weight has had an impact on him.
So 3.5 years after losing to Manny Pacquiao, Ricky Hatton's comeback ends in a 9th round defeat at the hands of Vyacheslav Senchenko. The crowd now turning their hostilities towards Senchenko and waving the Ukrainian flag, and Ricky Hatton in his corner disconsolate.
I think they're disappointed, obviously. I mean, they are disappointed. So I think, you know, you can understand that to a point, but it was a tremendous effort by both men here tonight.
And again, he did mention, should he lose tonight, that he would end his boxing career. Ricky Hatton falling now to 45-3. And this may very well be the last time we see Ricky Hitman Hatton in a boxing ring, and it's beginning to set in, I think, for Ricky Hatton. The emotions washing over him.
Watching that picture, you can't help but feel for him. And so much affection for him, not just here, but elsewhere.
And at the end of the day, even before the opening bell of this fight, he really had already won. He came back from the abyss of suicidal thoughts, drug problems, excessive drinking. He has a loving family in Jennifer and his 2 children. Let's hope that Ricky Hitman Hatton can find the peace of mind following this loss here tonight.
And it was interesting that the score at the time of the stoppage, Ricky Hatton was leading 78-74 on one scorecard, 77-76 on 2 other scorecards. So on 2 of the scorecards, very close fight as I had it. No, one judge, obviously, Robin Del Pierre, had it a 4-point margin for Ricky Hatton.
All a moot point as Vyacheslav Senchenko sends Ricky Hatton's comeback hopes crashing with a lethal left hook to the body that dropped Hatton and precipitated the stoppage of this bout in round 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, officially the end comes at 2 minutes 52 seconds of round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, fighting out of the blue corner for Union Boxing, Donetsk, Ukraine, former world champion, Vyacheslav Senchenko.
Vyacheslav Senchenko bounces back from his lone career loss, stopping Ricky Hatton with 8 seconds left in the 9th round, and a great sign of sportsmanship. The crowd applauding the efforts of Ricky Hatton.
Give Senchenko credit. He had troubles in the early rounds. Ricky Hatton had him, I think, reeling once or twice. But he was able to work through that and ultimately get Hatton, as Hatton wore down again, partially due to his long layoff.
Senchenko improves to 33-1 with his 22nd win by knockout. Typically